Greetings. Observe. Observe. I've got a few things lined up, but I'm going to do them all separately because that's the kind of guy I am. But here we have, so I mentioned in the Shivers video that I was going to, that was really bad, that thing about that's the kind of guy I am. I might change that. But if I don't, just remember that I'm still really, really cool. In the last video, I mentioned about the fighting fantasy books and how I was going to do a video on that. But in the interim, because that's going to be a long video again, I've brought out these, and these are what would be adventure game books, is like the genre then, of fighting fantasy, and other books like it, Choose Your Own Adventure. I think even Dungeons and Dragons did some. I do have a few different kinds. There's like the Lone Wolf series or something like that. I'm sure it's called Lone Wolf. But this set right here is the Sonic the Hedgehog adventure game books, and there are 6 of them, and I have them all. And they are flipping hen's teeth. This has taken me so long to get. And yeah, they are very expensive. And actually, randomly, Dan over at OddPod commented on my Shivers video the other day. And I actually had 2 of these, the first Sonics, and I sent him one ages ago when we were doing collecting Goosebumps books. So I don't know why I'm telling you. Well, I'm telling you that. So anyway, let's go and have a look. I would like to do like a live thing, maybe where we play one of these books, or we'll play one of these, because I don't think you need, for fighting fantasy, you need dice and a pen and paper. I know definitely Choose Your Own Adventure you don't. So we'll maybe do a Choose Your Own Adventure. I can't remember if there's battles in this. Basically, it's like you'll do something and then it will say, do you want to go left or right? If you go left, turn to page 1. If you go right, turn to page 4. Something like that. But the fighting fantasy books, they had fighting as well. So you had a couple of dice, a pen and a paper, and or you had dice, sorry, and a pen and a piece of paper, and and they would actually have like an adventure sheet where you could fill it in, but it was easier to just write it down in a book, because you'd obviously want to play it more than once. But what we'll do is have a quick look. Here's the introduction and playing the game. And we'll just flick through. I think there is an adventure. Yeah, there's fighting. So there is, you can pause it if you want, doing things, fighting. So there is an adventure sheet, and you get like stamina, mana, life, carrying stuff according to this. So you go. So you'll like roll dice for your starting stats. There's a cool picture of Sonic there. There's my boy on his Game Gear. The Game Gear typically didn't have the game sticking out the top, but we'll let that go. So yeah, I thought this would be a really cool thing to do a live on. We'll play a game. We'll flip through, see if we can find any more pictures. There's a Game Gear, some bad nicks. There you go, look at that. Oh, there's a Pokemon card. I must have been playing this. What's the Pokemon card? Lightning Energy, covered in sellotape. Anyway, we'll just do the same again as in the last book, and just show the cover and show the blurb on the back. So yeah, there's only 6 of these, as far as I'm aware. If anyone knows of more, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that I have the set. James Wallace wrote the first 2, I think. And some of the later ones are written by, I think it's 5 and 6, are written by Mark Gascoigne and Jonathan Green, who wrote, I don't know these guys, and I'm sorry that I don't know these guys. But Mark Gascoigne and Jonathan Green both wrote really celebrated fighting fantasy books. Jonathan Green especially wrote Howl of the Werewolf, which is like, and Curse of the Mummy. He wrote a bunch of them, but anyway, Howl of the Werewolf is seen as like the best one and the most expensive one. It's like the base set Charizard of the fighting fantasy books. The Zone Zapper. So basically, if you see an adventure book of any description, any style, I mean, I'm sure there's like Doctor Who ones and all sorts of stuff. But if Jonathan Green wrote it, buy it. But yeah, just a short video for this one. I just wanted to show these off because I know they're in bad condition, but what do you expect? They've been played. It's not just like a book where you read it, you like play the book. It's a game, basically. Like, yeah. So cool. So cool. And it's Sonic as well, come on. So anyway, that's them. And yeah, like I say, let me know if you know of more, or if you have this set, or if you have some of them. Let me know, and let me know about your fighting fantasy. I will be getting onto that shortly. I've got a box of booster packs here I want to have a look through in a minute. But yes, so that's everything. Peace, and stay tuned for something cool.
Lubricate your index finger and tell the patient you are going to insert your finger into his rectum and that it will be cool.